Thrombocytes or platelets and their role, that is blood clotting, is the next part of our lesson. These are smallest elements of blood. Platelets are non-nucleated, round and biconvex cells. They are about 2.5 to 4.5 lakhs per cubic millimeter of blood and has a lifespan of 5 to 10 days. RBCs are about 5 million per cubic millimeter of blood. WBCs 5,000 to 11,000 per cubic millimeter of blood, while platelets are 2.5 to 4.5 lakhs per cubic millimeter of blood. The lifespan of RBC 120 days, of WBC 3 to 5 days, and of platelets 5 to 10 days. Thrombocytes are formed from specialized cells in the bone marrow called megakaryocytes. Formation of platelets is called thrombopoiesis. Increase in number of thrombocytes is called thrombocytosis. Decrease in their number is called thrombocytopenia, and thrombocytopenia can cause internal bleeding or hemorrhage. Thrombocytes seal the ruptured blood vessels by forming platelet plug or thrombus. They help in the formation of a blood clot or thrombus and prevent the loss of blood through injuries. Platelets releases thromboplastin, which helps in clotting of blood. They secrete serotonin, a local vasoconstrictor. Blood clotting or coagulation of blood. The conversion of liquid blood into semi-solid jelly is called blood clotting or coagulation. The process may be initiated by intrinsic process, internal process, when blood comes in contact with some foreign surface, or by extrinsic process, when blood comes in contact with the damaged tissues or vessels. That means there is an intrinsic process as well as extrinsic process for blood clot formation. Intrinsic and extrinsic process involve interaction of various substances called as clotting factors by a stepwise or cascade mechanism. That means blood clotting, it is not a single step process. There are series of processes involved in it, and there are many factors are also involved in the formation of a clot. Clotting factors are 1 to 12. Factor 6 is not in active use. Platelets and injured tissue releases thromboplastin. The steps involved in blood clot formation. Platelets and injured tissue releases thromboplastin. Thromboplastin initiates the formation of an enzyme prothrombinase. The prothrombinase enzyme, in the presence of calcium ions, converts inactive plasma protein prothrombin into active thrombin. The thrombin converts soluble fibrinogen, which is also a plasma protein, into fibrin. The steps are: platelets and injured tissue releases thromboplastin. Thromboplastin initiates formation of prothrombinase. Prothrombinase converts prothrombin into thrombin, and thrombin converts fibrinogen into fibrin. The fibrin fibers enmesh forms a network which collects platelets, blood cells and plasma to form clot. The fibrin fibers forms a net, then it will collect the platelets, blood cells and form a clot. The normal clotting time is 2 to 8 minutes for an adult healthy human being. Inside an intact blood vessel, blood does not clot due to the presence of anticoagulants like heparin and antithrombins. That means when blood is flowing through a blood vessel, it never undergoes clotting because our blood contains natural anticoagulants like heparins and antithrombins. Then how it produces a clot when it comes in contact with foreign surfaces? Prothrombinase can inactivate the heparin. The natural anticoagulant called heparin can be inactivated by prothrombinase, which is released by the thromboplastin at the time of clot formation. The flow chart: extrinsic pathway, damaged tissue, thromboplastin, intrinsic pathway, then damage to vessel, clotting factors. Both thromboplastin and clotting factors converts inactive factor 10 into active factor 10. The active factor 10 converts prothrombin into thrombin. Thrombin converts fibrin into clot. Thrombin converts fibrinogen into fibrin, the formation of the clot. So this is the flow chart, a very important one.